Hello all. Today I am going to talk a little bit about financing healthcare ventures. Healthcare is not a very easy sector in terms of the returns that one gets from the investment which one makes. It's also capital intensive. It takes gestation period is little longer as compared to any other similar service industry businesses. Past record, unfortunately, of healthcare investments has not been very good, so that becomes a little bit of a stumbling block. And doctors, honestly speaking, probably are not very good fiscal managers. They are oriented more on the top line. They are able to bring the top line better, but should now get geared more towards a bottom line approach. So, what are certain tips which one can probably use when one is taking healthcare financing? One should be realistic in the goal that you set for yourself. For example, when we did some projects, the promoters thought that hospitals buildings cannot be built maybe as what other real estate buildings can be built, but that may not be the case. Generally it costs you nowadays anywhere between 3,500 to 4,500 rupees a square foot just for the hospital building. So you need to be realistic, otherwise we will fool ourselves. We should not be too much greedy, because that is one thing which comes across most of the times when we do due diligence of projects, that we try to do too many things packed into one hospital. So if you are looking at a boutique orthopedic center, then let us not get into adding cardiology also, gynecology also, birthing also. So try and focus more on the core of the business that you are going to deliver, and keep yourself within the boundaries of that. Right sizing is extremely important, because generally people try to build more than what is required. I have known of good promoters who have gone and then said that maybe they should have not sized themselves of 250 beds, maybe 150 were good enough. So that is important to understand. We should be careful about what debt equity ratios we take in a hospital project. Typically 2:1 is what the banking institutions are willing to give, but if you can prune it down further, it will be good for the project. Also important is try and bring the equity portion of yourselves as much upfront as you can, and take the debt as much back-ended as possible. Okay. PE funds, if you are looking at, you should only look at once you have stabilized your business and you are now quite sure that you can take the next leap. Otherwise bringing in PE earlier on, probably you will not get the valuation that you would want. There are also high net worth individuals who are willing to invest in healthcare, so you should look at those and make a project report which probably can get interest from such high net worth individuals. There are some hospitals which came up, especially down south in Kerala, which were on a cooperative basis. This is something which probably can be used as a model in smaller towns as we move down into tier 2 and tier 3, where you could use community financing as part of funding the healthcare project. Last but not the least, one should do a financial projection sheet which should be very realistic. So if you are using your chartered accountant or anyone else to make the project report for you, then you should make it as realistic as possible. You should not try to be over ambitious. The rates that you take for income, the salaries that you take, the manpower planning that you do should be what is actually going to happen. So you should not over budget, neither you should under budget to make the report look rosy for financial institutions, because at the end of the day the project has to pay for itself. So I think if you keep some of these things in mind, you would probably do a successful healthcare venture. And if you want to know more about these kinds of details, please subscribe to Healthcare Executive Magazine, wherein we keep coming up with details of how to go about this. Thank you.